My name is Lachlan, and the focus of today's presentation is to provide an activity for the New South Wales primary syllabus outcome ST3-10ES-S. But in saying that, this is an activity that can be fun for children in multiple settings. The aim in relation to the syllabus is to plan and conduct a scientific investigation and summarise data that explains regular events in our solar system. This activity is meant to be implemented during the exploration stage of the lesson. The activity is to create an educational mobile of our solar system. There are two approaches to this task that we're going to look at. The first is messy but fun, and that is to use paper mache and paint. To do that, you need to create two discs the same size, creating an incision into the centre so they can be connected as such. Then paper mache is wrapped around the outside in layers, up to 3 layers at a time, wait for it to dry and then repeat until it's at the desired thickness. Paper mache can be made through mixing PVA glue and water and just using strips of old newspaper. The second is to create a representation of the planets using pom-poms. Again, you'll need 2 cut-out discs, this time with holes in the centre of them. You put a piece of woolen string in the centre and clamp it together, and then you start wrapping it around and around until there is no more space in the centre. And then you cut around the incision between the 2 bits, right around, and then you tie a bit of string in the centre to hold it all together. You pull it apart and you've got a pom-pom. The 2 different methods are just personal preference and available resources depending on where you are and what's available. A good tip is to, with the paper mache, with the paint, to match it to the colour of the planets, and with the pom-poms, match the wool colour again to the planets. A link from the science, so you can go cross-curricular activities, is to maths. And that is looking at the radius, diameter and circumference and that of circles as you make the discs and cut them out. The other one is using distance ratios, so you look up the distance from the sun when you're putting it into the mobile and work out how to make the gap smaller so it's in a reasonable size. The last part of this activity is to create a little sheet that you pin into each of the planets, which contain 5 facts. The distance from the Earth to the Moon, not the Moon, from that planet to our Earth. The next is the distance from that planet to the Sun. The next one is the number of moons that planet has, if any. And the fourth one is any events that can be seen or affect the Earth, eclipses, alignments and that sort of thing. And the last one is an interesting fact, so the kids have something fun to look up. Like Mars is the Roman god of war, and the 2 moons represent the horses that drive his chariot. And that is it.